We've already described it in theoretical format, but I guess it's not enough. We need to understand it from an architect's eye or architect's perspective. So let's try to understand the architecture of Salesforce Data Cloud, and after looking at that only, we'll be able to make out more from what exactly Salesforce Data Cloud is. Shall we?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's start with it. So can we have it on the screen, please? Just the architecture, yeah. So starting from the very left, these are all of the Salesforce clouds, be it sales, service, marketing, commerce, anything. So all of these, so the data is coming from the from the left, and it's going towards the right, and it comes from all of the Salesforce clouds as well as from other platforms as well, and it's coming in two forms. One is batch and another is streaming. What's the difference between the two?
So the data is coming in from all the sources that we have, which is whether it be all the clouds, and we are not limited to that. So these are all the data sources. The data comes in two ways, either in batch or in streaming. So batch is we are getting the data on an hourly basis, 6-hour basis,
on a daily basis, on a week, something like that.
Streaming is real time and near real time data. So we are ingesting that data in real time. So wearable devices are sending notifications and events on a regular basis. Similarly, let's say a car is sending on a regular basis some events about it, like I have reached this much speed, we are facing this much turbulence or something like turbulence is from aircraft, but yeah, we are capturing all of that data. So that will come in.
When was the last time your car faced a turbulence?
I don't remember. Yeah, sorry about that, but yeah. So streaming API, streaming is that only. We are capturing data from different platforms on a near real time and real time basis. Then we have transform and govern. So basically the data would be coming in from different platforms. So we can transform them to a particular structure, and then we can store them in a governed way that we will be defining. Once we have done that, we can harmonize it. So now what is harmonizing it? So basically we can create data where we have created a data model, and then we are linking all of those records accordingly. So for example, if you have different platforms, so each platform could have different type of I would say naming convention. So somebody might contact an individual, somebody would be calling it as a prospect, somebody would be calling something else. So we want to have the data in a single defined format. So we do that in harmonization. We kind of link the data from different sources.
So all what you're trying to say is, in different data platforms, there might be different headers that might be there, yes, defining the same value or defining the same kind of information. So in order to create a sync or synchronization between all of those data platforms into the data that we have gathered into our Salesforce Data Cloud, we need to do the harmonization.
Yes.
Or we need to harmonize the data.
Yeah.
Right.
So we do that, and then we have unify. So unify is basically identifying out of those 1200 individuals that we have. Those are not 1200 individuals. Those are 900 individuals only. There were some of them which we had different data coming from different places. So we unify them, as we were talking earlier about in our example for the David one. So David has interacted with our platform from different platforms. So there are 5 individual profiles created for him, but actually it's just one person only. So we do that in unification, where we have identity resolutions, where we create rules, and then we unify the individual into one entity only, and then we have all the data under that particular individual only, which then we can use for our personalizations and for our marketing efforts, for our analytics, for our generative AI as well. Because if the generative AI gets much information, if the better information, the more information you give to the generative AI, the better result, the better output it produces. So it will definitely help us in that. Then we have insights and AI predictions. When we have unified the data, we can do insights and do AI predictions.
So the difference between harmonize and unify is first getting it into the sync, and yes, then unifying basically means that all of the different set of information that you've got for the same customer or for the same client of yours, you want to gather or accumulate all of that information in one, and then accordingly you are going to work on to the insights and then the AI predictions and going to take the actions and everything, right? That's what you're trying to say.
Yes. Cool. So we have the next step as the insights and AI predictions. So we can do insights, we can do AI predictions, and then we can do segmentation as well. We can segment the data, like these particular, I want the individual from New York region who are between the age group of 25 to 35. So we can do that in segmentation. We can analyze the data that we have captured so far. So that is what we do over here. And then we do activation on it. So basically what that means is you have gathered all the data, you have created insights, you have identified the next actions and the AI predictions. Now you want to actually take action accordingly. You want to actually put them to work. So you can either, send that information to Marketing Cloud for the Marketing Cloud journeys and campaigns. And then you can also send the data to the, Salesforce itself only via Salesforce platform and do, some kind of flow, trigger, an action. All of that we can do that, and we are not limited to that. We can send it to some other platform as well. As you said, the data cloud is not only limited to Salesforce itself only. We can send all of that information, and we can do activation outside Salesforce as well in different other platforms as well.
Got it. Cool. So according to this architecture, all what we are doing is gathering all of the information from the complete left to the complete right, and the complete left has information and data from all of the touch points that our customers are actually leaving some information or some data for us. And at the very right of it, we are actually planning to send this data on to some platforms for that, so that these platforms, like let's take an example of Marketing Cloud. We are sending that data after analyzing and after doing some AI predictions to the Marketing Cloud in order for it to run the right marketing campaign for that particular customer. Or we are taking some actions, or we are asking our sales team to take some actions according to the predictions that have been made by the data collected from the very left. And this is exactly all what Salesforce Data Cloud does in a nutshell, if you consider that as a nutshell.